Every morning the world starts quietly, one soft light at a time. Homes flicker awake, shops open. People take those first small steps into a brand new day. And in all of that ordinary movement, there's something kind of extraordinary. A moment worth noticing, a spark you feel before you even name it. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's small, but kindness shows up right on time. And every morning we choose to show up with you so we can look for that spark together.
Good morning. I'm Matt Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and this is Kindness Rising. Let's rise together.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome in. Woo! 7:30 comes early these days. Good morning. Actually, it doesn't. I've been up since 5:30. But good morning and welcome to Kindness Rising. Wake up, tune in, and don't forget to attempt to grow as a human being. This week is all about becoming, and today's episode is called Growth Feels Weird. That's why I'm feeling a little weird, because I think we dramatically underestimate how awkward growth actually feels in real time. Absolutely. We celebrate transformation after it happens, but nobody posts, I'm currently confused. My identity is unclear. I'm mildly overwhelmed, and I'm a big fan of, snacks. But honestly, that's usually what growth looks like when it's happening. And this week has me thinking about transitions a lot, with my daughter graduating this week. Of course, huge, proud dad energy around here, but there's another layer to it too. She's moving back home, which means our family dynamic is about to change again. Good morning, Sully. Our family dynamic is about to change again, and I think that's the whole thing, is that life is just full of these strange overlapping moments where something ends, something begins, everybody's excited, then we're confused. That's becoming, and that's what we're going to talk about today. And we're also going to start a brand new segment today that you have to stick around for the whole show in order to participate. We're going to start another one. We started our "Wait, that happened today" segment last week, and today is "Who in the world is this?" Who in the world is this? Throughout the show, I'll be dropping clues about a mystery birthday person. It could be real, could be fictional, could be from history. It could even be a cartoon. Today's mystery birthday reveal happens at the end of the show. So let's start with our first clue. Clue number one, this character once technically went to space, but somehow made the situation work. Good morning, Carrot Games. Good morning. Welcome in. Morning's in the lab. Keith, what's up? Morning. Good morning. Stick around, Keith. Check out this first clue. The character once technically went to space and somehow made the situation worse. Who could that be? Let's move on and we will figure it out in time. Another clue will be coming up shortly. But in the meantime, I can hear today. I hope you guys can hear it too. We were having trouble yesterday. It's amazing what time will do. I think one of the hardest things about growth is that it often feels uncomfortable, really uncomfortable before it's meaningful. We love the after, the confidence, the success. The person who feels healed, the graduate. I've got a graduate coming, but we don't talk enough about that weird middle stage, the in-between season, the part where your old identity no longer fits, but the new one hasn't fully formed yet. The stage is awkward, and it can last for a long time, or it can last for a short time, depending on what it is. But knowing that you're there in the middle, a lot of people quit right during that stage because they assume that the discomfort means failure when they're right in the middle of it. But sometimes discomfort is actually the evidence that growth is happening. Think about it. Moving to a new city, starting a new career, launching a project, whatever it is, healing, your own healing emotionally, going back to school. All of those things feel really strange at first because becoming stretches us. It stretches us into that uncomfortableness. but it shows us what is necessary. Absolutely. Welcome into Kindness Rising, where we grow with our discomfortably comfortable. What? I don't know what that word is. Anyway, good morning, Mother. Roseanne Roof in the house. In the house. Are you freezing like I am, Mom? We had quite a cold snap, middle of May cold snap. I mean, why the hell not? What else could go on in this world today? Anyway, that's why we wake up with warmth and happiness every day here on Kindness Rising and as part of the Mornings in the Lab network. And of course, we always highlight an organization doing good work in the field that we are talking about today. And today is no different on May 12th. We'll be getting to our second clue about our game, our puzzle, coming up shortly. But in the meantime, listen for the drop. That's okay. I think I talked over the drop, but guess what? It's time. It's time for our Kindness Spotlight. And today's Kindness Spotlight features an organization called Active Minds. And one thing I appreciate about organizations like Active Minds is that they normalize conversations about mental health. And in this case, bringing young adults navigating major life transitions. And honestly, transitions can feel really emotionally disorienting. I've experienced it myself, graduating, moving, starting careers, changing their identities, and trying to figure out where you belong. This stuff affects people deeply. And too often, people feel pressure to pretend they're handling everything perfectly. Organizations like Active Minds help create spaces where people can talk honestly about stress, uncertainty, mental health, identity, and growth, because becoming healthier emotionally is still part of becoming, and that matters too. There it is. That is the organization we're talking about, Active Minds. Youth have been left out of decisions that impact our mental health. They're helping people advocate for that purpose. That's it. That is today's Kindness Spotlight. Keeping the ball rolling. All right. One more story to go, then you'll get your second clue. Get a second clue. All right, here we go. We're going to be doing the who in the world is this, but first we have to do this. Maybe we have to do this. So, oh yeah, this is it. Wait, that happened today? I'm about to sneeze too, so we'll wait and see what happens. Holy moly, that was quite a run I went on there. Woo! It's that morning. Sun is shining. That's why the sun shining makes you sneeze. Wow. All right, I'm going to reorient. I got a little dizzy, little head rush from sneezing successively. Oh boy. What happened? You guys still there? All right, we're here. Welcome back. Welcome back to Kindness Rising, where you never know what is going to happen, but we just roll with it. And we are back with, wait, that happened today? Does anybody know what happened on May 12th, 1846, pre-Civil War? America expanding westward, and a group of people left Independence, Missouri, heading west toward California, and turned into one of the craziest tragedies in American history, but really maybe a little bit of hopefulness to it, a little bit of recognition of the sacrifices that were made as our world expanded 200. Wait, I can't do the math anymore. 180 years ago, is that? 1846? Is that possible? Did I do that math right? Anybody feel good about math? I feel like that was 100 years ago. Did I do that math right? 2026 minus 1846. All right. Anyway, people remember the story of the Donner Party because things obviously went very, very poorly later at the end. But after all that, it could be actually a hopeful story. Families, children, dreams, and opportunity. 87 people set out believing they were heading toward a better future to California during the Great Westward Expansion. And one of the biggest reasons the journey went wrong, let's take a shortcut, guys. They took a shortcut through unknown terrain, and it cost them dearly. The Donner Party, absolutely. The group decided to follow something called the Hastings Cutoff. You guys ever heard of the Hastings Cutoff? The route was promoted as being faster and easier. Guess what? It was not. It was not. The shortcut took them through extremely difficult terrain, snow. They got locked into the Great Salt Lake area, and it slowed them down dramatically. Yep, the Shining Cannibal incident. Exactly, Sully. We're talking about the Donner Party. What happened was they reached the Sierra Nevada mountains too late. It was too late. Right before that brutal winter storm trapped them in. And they got stuck, and people survived by any means necessary, including cannibalism. But as I read more, I actually discovered deeper information, and that there was a movie that I missed. I'm going to probably try to catch it. There was a movie called The Donner Party, and it starred a quirky, strange actor, so I'm sure it might be curious, although it gets poor ratings. Crispin Glover, who you may remember from Back to the Future, particularly of the movie Rats. Anyway, Jerry Ginger, what's up? Welcome in. We're talking about the Donner Party and how it's a pretty human story, absolutely, and how humans start to look, how a lot of our journeys start with optimism and ambition and belief in a better future, and sometimes those journeys get harder than they expected, and sometimes the shortcut isn't actually shorter. Sometimes people underestimate the emotional cost of that transformation, but we move forward anyway. That's part of the human story. Absolutely fascinating story. But I think the most important lesson here is if somebody in 1846 says to you, yeah, trust me, I found a shortcut through the mountains, maybe you want to take the standard route. That is the Donner Party. And let's get into our second clue. Jerry Ginger, Sully, you've been around, but Jerry Ginger, anybody else who's out there, we are doing a new game today called Who in the World Is This? Let's repeat our first clue. Our first clue was they went to space technically and made the situation worse. This person's birthday is celebrated today, and we're trying to guess who they are with my clues. Here's my second clue. Second clue. This person has had many jobs over the years. Food critic, an astronaut, snowplow driver, boxer, all kinds of interesting items on the resume. More than most LinkedIn influencers, actually. That is the second clue. Went to space, has held many jobs. Anybody got a clue, a guess yet as to who we are talking about celebrating their birthday today? I'm going to have another sip of coffee, and then we're going to do the official Be Kind Rewind. We're rocking and rolling, trying to keep things moving a little bit quicker along here. How do you guys like that pacing? I think it's fun. Let's get involved in some conversation about it. The Donner Party. Who in the world is this? We hit active minds, not suspicious minds like Elvis. Okay, stop with the. All right. You know what I realized just now? We don't have a Be Kind Rewind theme, but I'm going to try this one. I haven't played this one in a while. I'll take it. This is your Be Kind Rewind, because if you want peak, I have absolutely no idea what adulthood is. Energy. There's a 1990 Gen X movie that absolutely delivered. Perfectly capturing that strange early adult phase where everybody's educated, but nobody feels stable, careers feel uncertain, their identity feels fluid, and everybody's pretending to be less scared than they really are. This one certainly hit home for me. Nope, was not Neil Armstrong or John Glenn. Nope. And I do want to remind us all that it could be human, could be from fiction, common fictional character, could be anything, anywhere in the world. The birthday. Those were good guesses, John Glenn and Neil Armstrong. Neither of which were in this movie from the 1990s. Can't wait till I don't need it anymore. Nope, not Buzz Lightyear. Catherine Byram. Wow. Kathy the donkey. Right? Yeah, Kathleen. How you doing? Welcome in. All right. So if you don't know what I'm talking about yet, a 1990s Gen X movie where they had absolutely no idea what adulthood is. I'll keep throwing clues, but I'll also get to it. Winona Ryder, Ethan Hawke. I'm talking about Ben Stiller. I'm talking about the movie Reality Bites. Anybody remember Reality Bites? I think that pretty much summed up my life in the mid-90s. Winona Ryder playing Elena? I don't know. Talented, creative, intelligent, but completely unaware of where her life was headed after college. Ethan Hawke as Troy, the hyper-articulate but slacker philosopher guy who acted like he didn't care, but he actually cared a lot. And the famous scene where Lolana is trying to create a meaningful documentary about real life, and the TV network wants to turn everything into polished entertainment. And how oddly relevant that feels now, because here in 2026, we're still trying to figure out authenticity versus performance, real connection versus algorithms, and humanity versus branding. The movie was really about an entire generation trying to figure out what matters, what's real, what kind of life do I actually want. Absolutely. I think a lot of Gen X connected deeply to movies like this. Absolutely. It gave us permission to admit, I don't know what the hell I'm doing anymore. Right? The slacker thing. Absolutely. I love the guesses happening here. Donkey Kong, Harrison Ford. Nope, not quite there yet. Yes, My Sharona. That was great. That scene, the My Sharona scene. Dancing in the convenience store using the father's credit card. Classic. All right. Definitely peak 1990s energy. What I remember also about that, and I remember this too for ourselves, for our generation, was Janine Garofalo's character and the HIV testing, which, it was a huge thing for our generation. Huge thing of our coming of age and the fear around AIDS and HIV for our generation. I don't think we talk about that a lot. That was a cool scene, a cool storyline. Of course, you had the Ethan Hawke and Winona Ryder, the Ben Stiller, just trying to figure it out, just trying to make it in corporate America. Danny Friedman, holy crap. Dan Friedman, anybody who's out there on LinkedIn, say hello to Big Danny Friedman, Ithaca College roommate, fraternity brother, coming in from downstate. Absolutely. Guitar player extraordinaire and just all around good man. Dan Friedman coming in from Downstate New York. All right, Danny, I'm glad to see you, buddy. Talking about Reality Bites, remember that movie? I think, mid-90s, that's when you and I were hanging for sure. Absolutely. So cool. Cool to see you, Dan. Hey, buddy, we're doing it. All right, let's do it. Give out the last clue for our who in the world is this? I haven't figured out how to deliver that line yet. But it's fun. It's going to be our segment. Who in the world is this? We're playing a guessing game. Remember our first clue. Our first clue was went to space. Technically went to space, made things worse when they got there. Second clue, has held many jobs: a food critic, an astronaut, a boxer, a snowplow driver. All right, last clue. I think you guys are pretty much gonna get it from this. If you don't, I'll be sad and probably want to quit this show if the people who watch this show can't get the answer to this trivia question based on this clue. Here's the thing that this individual loves. Next, television, donuts, and Marge. All right, who's in for the final answer? I think it was kind of a clever little twist because everybody's thinking human characters, but guess what? Tried to make it a little Rachel Ray. No, not quite Rachel Ray, but a good answer. That's actually really funny to me. Rachel Ray likes Marge. Oh, that's good. All right. There it is. The final clue. This person likes naps, television, donuts, and Marge. Go! I thought it was surprising when I was looking up my history. Nobody said it yet, so I can't say the name until somebody actually... there it is. Kathleen the donkey coming in. It'd be Homer Simpson. Go! Yeah, May 12th, 1956. He's 69 years old today. He's 70 years old today, excuse me. Can you believe it? Apparently, according to Simpsons lore, May 12th, 1956 was the birth date of one Homer Simpson. Somehow he hasn't aged, though, since 1985 or 86, whatever it was, but go! That was it, Homer. We're going to keep this one going. I think it's fun. I hope you guys like it. That's not old. Is that old? Did I say it was old? If I did, Jerry, I guess. I don't know. He hasn't aged a bit. You probably haven't aged a bit either, Jerry. I'm sure of it. Happy birthday, Homer. Yeah. I was laughing when I saw that. I was looking up, all right, who can I do for this? There's several others. I'm gonna start doing whose birthday, remember you guys I'm sure out there know exactly what I'm talking about. He had a little bit of a scandal though at the end. He might be dead now. Garrison Keillor, like Wolverine days. It's a stage of life, not a number. We always say that, Mom. Absolutely. I know you and I talked about this weekend. There are people with a lot lower numbers than yours, Mom, that certainly don't have a... Oh, good question. Kathleen Byram is asking this question. What is your favorite Homer quote? What is your favorite Homer quote? I don't want to steal thunder. All right, I will. One of my favorite episodes, and I haven't watched The Simpsons in a while. I used to be pretty religious about it, but I haven't watched it, is the one where Marge gets hooked on lottery tickets or the slot machines. But you have a gambling problem. Homer's got all these imperfections, and finally Marge has her little slip up, and it shows a little humanity, and he's got to put it right in her face. But you have a gambling problem. Anyway, I guess in context, that's the first one that came to mind. The stage don't run through these parts anymore. Well, were you part of the Donner Party, Jerry? That's what we were talking about earlier. We were talking about the Donner Party earlier today as part of our, not our Be Kind to Your Mind. That was our wait. What happened? That happened today, May 12th, 1846. 90 or so individuals headed out. You couldn't fool your mother on the foolingest day of your life with that electrified fooling machine. There it is. Great. Love it. Kathleen, thanks for coming in. This is the kind of participation I love. This is what I want. I'd rather miss out on a couple of segments and be chatting with you guys, getting up in the morning, having a little bit of fun. But, and, I shouldn't say but, I'm trying to not say but anymore. I'm trying to say and. And I still want to give you something to walk away with today, some direction, something helpful so that you can continue your day with positivity and get through these awkward growth stages. So this is today's kindness compass, 5 reminders for the awkward growth stage. The uncomfortable stage is not permanent. You are allowed to be a work in progress. Please remember that. Also, growth rarely feels graceful in real time. Most transformation that looks super messy while it's happening. Super messy while it's happening. It's only in looking back that we see the beauty in it. And comparing your beginning to somebody else's middle, that is a trap. Everybody's timeline is different. Focus on your own. Emotional honesty. Emotional honesty is strength. Pretending everything is fine, that helps nobody. Be a little bit transparent and a little bit vulnerable. It's okay. Pretending everything is fine when it's not helps nobody. And lastly, becoming requires patience. Definitely something I need to remind myself of on a regular basis. The next version of you, the next version of me, that takes time to build. Those are your 5 reminders for the awkward growth stage. And remember what we say, what I said here last week. Don't stopping. That's what you have to do. You have to be don't stopping. Never stop. We talked about it yesterday too. You can modify, you can change as your life changes. That's okay. But don't stop. When you stop, that's when the problems are going to happen. Find something you love and just keep going through it. Yes, uncomfortable growth stage, Mom. Every day, uncomfortable growth stage. Absolutely. All right. Well, I appreciate everyone who has come here today. This was a great time for me. I hope it was a great time for you. I hope you're going to get on over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends and check out the rest of the Mornings in the Lab lineup. All right, Americana, there are Mariana 6767. I didn't realize we were still on that. But welcome aboard. Maybe this will earn your sub by doing this. Does it? All right. We talked about Homer Simpson. We talked about growth. Growth feels weird because becoming requires leaving behind versions of ourselves that once felt comfortable. And that's hard. But comfort and growth rarely live on the same place for very long. So if life feels a little uncertain right now, if you feel stretched, awkward, or in between, that may not mean you're failing. It may just mean you're growing. See you back here tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. on Kindness Rising. Get on over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, and check out all the programs on the Mornings in the Lab network, including today's episode number 2 of Thoughts and Coffee with Sarah Bard. So I'm free. Come on back. We'll see you real soon. Until then, stay uncommon and stay kind.